Ja, guten Tag. Wir spielen heute mal wieder ein bisschen Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. Wir lösen immer noch den Fall in der Therme auf. Schauen wir mal, was heute so alles so passiert da, ne? So, hier sind wir hier, ne? In der Baker Street. Und machen wir untersuchen Sie den Tatort. Finden Sie verschwundene Tatwaffe, mit der Sir Rodney Bentcliffe ermordet worden ist. Beweise. Bis jetzt haben wir keine Beweise noch. So. Und hier haben wir Analysetische haben wir untersucht. Mit dem Watson.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Jo. Toby.
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Ja, da würde ich auch sagen, ne?
This is where I keep my post.
Ja. Da kommen wir glaube ich nicht so weiter, ne? Chroniker, ne, das ist auch uninteressant. Alan Phillips, ja. Kommt in diesem Fall vor. Sehr gut. Aber wir gehen jetzt erstmal wieder. Ich glaube erstmal zum Thermen wieder. Mr. Phillips, den haben wir schon, ne? Eigentlich müssten wir hier die ganzen Verdächtigen hier fragen, weil hier, also hier haben wir nichts, hier ist ja dieser Vorraum.
Do we have to stay here? Can't we go?
If you have to interrogate me, I'd like to be dressed properly first.
Ja.
I don't want to stay here. Let us out, please.
Ja, können wir mal Kohlenbecken.
The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. It is too hot. I cannot reach into it.
Geschmolzenes Metall.
I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
Gegenstand benötigt und Brille.
These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted.
Okay.
One lens is cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier.
Davon gehen wir aus, ne? So, jetzt brauchen wir irgendwie eine Zange oder was? Ich hab
I
weiter.
feel ill. I
Ja.
want to go.
Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes. Da brauchen wir eine Zange oder was, ne? Inspector Lestrade.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Nö.
None, Lestrade.
Persönliche Gegenstände untersuchen. Aber trotzdem brauchen wir so eine Zange, ne?
The grid cannot be removed. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
Das ist natürlich auch nicht so toll, ne? Dampfhebel.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Okay.
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Okay. Ist ja vielleicht ist nicht so toll, ne? Aber hier mal ausführen, ne? Hier kommen wir jetzt nicht dran. Mit der Schaufel vielleicht, aber gehen wir erstmal hier zu Scotland Yard. Wer bist du denn? Ohne Bewandtnis. Mr. Holmes, ne?
Good day to you, Mr. Holmes.
Ja.
Mr. Holmes?
Ich will hier rein. Ah, jetzt die Klamotten hier alle.
An embroidered silk handkerchief. A fountain pen with solid gold trim.
Ja.
Sir
Da.
Gregory Pitkin's visiting card.
Ja. Dann nehmen wir hier von Garros hier.
When Garrow found Sir Rodney dead, he wiped the blood upon himself. A phial with herbs. Do you know what it is, my dear fellow?
It's the St. John's wort flower, Holmes. It's commonly used as a drug against melancholia. However, an overdosage might lead to a rash or even hallucinations.
Ach so, das ist ja nicht so toll, ne? Brief Sir Gregory Pitkin, Direktor an Mr. Blinkhorn. Sehr geehrter Herr Blinkhorn, die Interessen, die ich vertrete, machen es erforderlich, dass sich die Situation in den Thermen bessert. Im Moment stehen die Ausgrabungsarbeiten im Abkühlraum unter ihrer Kontrolle. Es gibt jedoch keinen nennenswerten Fortschritt. Es ist ihnen nicht gelungen, irgendetwas von Wert zu finden, und wir können den Abkühlraum weiterhin nicht der Öffentlichkeit zugänglich machen. Das Frigidarium ist ein wichtiges Mosaiksteinchen bei dem Unterfangen, den Menschen heute das Erlebnis der römischen Thermen näher zu bringen. Aus diesem Grund bitte ich Sie dringend, Ihre Arbeiten innerhalb der nächsten 2 Monate abzuschließen. Dies sollte genug Zeit für Sie sein, Ihre archäologische Forschung in den Thermen zu beenden und einen anderen Ort für Ihre Unternehmung zu finden. Ja, dann. Ja,
An
genau.
ordinary pencil.
So, genau den, ja. Das ist immer goldenes.
This ring was most likely the one that Sir Rodney wore. He removed it before entering the steam room.
Gold. Ja, so komischer.
An Egyptian symbol. It is a very old jewel.
Ja. Scheinbar auch so, ne?
I see the join. This ring was repaired, and quite badly too, with silver.
Why on earth would they wear such a ring?
A very pertinent question.
Erstmal einstecken, weißt du? Kann man dann trotzdem verkaufen.
Rodney Bentcliffe's notebook. It may contain something of interest. The
Herausgerissen
last
sein.
pages were torn out. We must find a way of retrieving Sir Rodney's last lines. Watson, please prevent anyone from entering the room. But first, fetch me a pencil.
Ach so.
To begin with, a few strokes of the pencil will be enough. I don't want to damage the traces.
Steht da was?
And then to gently smudge the leftover pencil marks with a handkerchief. I'm sure that Watson won't mind if I use his.
Heute habe ich ihn beinahe gefunden. Dieser Tag wird in die Geschichte eingehen. Interessant.
Mr. Holmes, the coroner had... But what are you doing? Tampering with the evidence?
I prefer to make them talk. Today, I almost found it. This date will go down in history. Sir Rodney was about to make an outstanding discovery.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I could retrieve only the final words. The rest of it is lost. Perhaps the autopsy will assist us in that matter.
I'm not sure that I can allow you to inspect the body now.
I am sure that you must, Constable.
Well...
Okay. Betreff Sir Rodney Bentcliffe, Alter 63. Rechter Augapfel wurde von einem Gegenstand mit einer gebogenen Klinge vollständig durchstoßen und ist aufgeplatzt. Die Klinge hat die Orbite auf Höhe des Stirnbeins durchstoßen und ist in den dahinterliegenden Frontallappen und das Corpus callosum vorgestoßen, um schließlich im Kleinen zu enden, wo sie hämorrhagische Wunden verursacht hat. All diese Verletzungen haben zum direkten Tod der untersuchten Person geführt. Im Oberlappen der rechten Lunge befindet sich eine alte Verletzung, die mit Mukus und Ablagerungen gefüllt ist. Diese kann auch auf eine chronische Infektion durch Stoffe zurückgehen, die wahrscheinlich in einer Grabkammer eingeatmet wurden. Elemente einer verwesenen Mumie zum Beispiel oder von getrockneten und verfaulenen Lebensmitteln, die als Grabbeigabe dienten. Weitere Verletzungen sind nicht festzustellen. Okay. Erfragen, okay. Das müssen wir alles erfragen, ne? Kann jetzt achso untersucht werden? Na, gucken wir mal. Gehen wir mal hier gehen wir, haben wir nichts mehr, ne? Ne, da war das hier. Da unten ist die Leiche. So.
According to the coroner, there were no cardiac problems nor lung congestion, but there were traces of fungus, possibly contracted from the Egyptian tombs.
Okay. Ja, okay.
Some light bruising caused by a rope.
Okay.
The bruising is in lines. They were caused by a rope around the waist. Sir Rodney was descending somewhere.
The coroner observed no stomach nor liver disease, if we're to accept that Sir Rodney was an occasional drinker and 63 years of age.
Okay.
An unusual wound, inflicted by a curved knife, which resulted in instant death, as the coroner's report says.
Interessant. Da haben wir ja Y. Okay. Ja. Haben wir noch eine Leiche? Nein, ne?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Ja. Haben wir doch. Da können die alle verhören. Mr. Holmes, ja. Was sagt er hier? Oh, den nehme ich klar. So, machen wir den hier
Please
Ping-Pong und dann.
escort this suspect for interrogation.
Über den als erst.
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and I am assisting the police with their investigation of the murder of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. My name is Percival Blinkhorn.
Machen wir dich erstmal untersuchen, du bist bestimmt konzentrierter Blick, aufmerksam, ja, ist so gut. Abgetragene Arbeitskleider, nicht wohlhaben, okay. Ja. Vor kurzem gegraben, okay. Or not? Mal hier. Mal fragen würde ich nach.
What is your occupation?
I'm an archaeologist, specializing in the Roman period. I'm working on several excavation sites at present, including the baths at Strand Lane.
Okay.
Can you tell me more about the baths?
Well, we're hoping to retrieve a great many interesting artifacts from the site, and to list any items of value before their eventual restoration and exhibition.
And
Awesome.
has it been successful?
It has, thanks to Sir Rodney.
Okay. Sir Rodney.
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney?
Well, I couldn't say that he was a kind man, no. But he was talented. I felt a great admiration for him, I must say.
Was it your first collaboration?
I had met Sir Rodney briefly once in Egypt, and I'd shared my researches with him. Surprisingly, my work did convince him to come here. He arrived only a couple of months ago.
Surprisingly.
Well, Sir Rodney was a cold man, and so very secretive too. But I learned so much from him. I can't believe that he's dead.
Ja. Das haben Sie gesehen.
Can you tell me what you saw today?
Well, we entered the steam room and we all went to sit down. The steam was particularly dense, and I didn't see anything much further after that. I just heard Mr. Garrow shouting, but we all ran for the door and bumped into each other. I was very alarmed by this point.
Achso.
What did you do?
Well, the door was stuck, and with all the steam, it was quite frightening. I was barely able to see my own feet. Garrow was covered in blood.
Do you believe that Garrow killed Sir Rodney?
Oh, no. Garrow couldn't harm a fly.
Okay.
Can you recall any recent event that would occur to you now as being a little strange?
Well, yesterday we had a small argument.
Is that all?
No. Sir Rodney informed me that he was to attend the London Archaeological Congress with me. Then he advised me of quite the opposite. And rather aggressively, too.
Achso, okay.
Do you recognize this ring?
Certainly. It's the famous Aswan ring. Sir Rodney brought it back from his last campaign in Egypt.
And he kept it for himself?
Sir Rodney has had his own particular ideas of archaeology.
Okay.
What can you tell me about Garrow?
Well, he always looks so sad. And he has been acting strangely lately. He complains about voices and visions.
Achso.
I will keep an eye on him because I'm worried.
How well were your researchers progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather well.
Spitkins brief.
This letter reveals that Sir Gregory was prepared to put a stop to your work.
Yes. But since Sir Rodney's arrival, he had calmed down. He allowed us to work. I'm not sure what they agreed on.
So.
What will happen now that Sir Rodney is dead?
Well, I haven't thought about that. But if it's needed, I will fight to defend Sir Rodney's expectations.
Achso, das ist so nett. Champagner.
Did you place the bottle of champagne in the changing room?
No, I did not.
Okay. Dann nehmen wir hier Blinkwang. So, Pitkins ab.
Please escort this suspect for interrogation.
Ja, Pitkins.
Good day to you, Sir Gregory. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the murder that took place this morning. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Tell me, Mr. Holmes, will I need to stay here for very much longer?
Okay. Was ist denn hier los, ey? Geringschätzung? Ja, adlige Wurzeln. Goldkette. Kaschmir, reicher Mann. Denkt doch wieder der letzte Penner hier rum, ne? Da ist was. Arroganter Ausdruckberuf.
You are the manager of the baths, is that correct?
Yes, I'm passionate about archaeology. I wanted to restore the ruins. My ambition is to open the baths to the public. Living archaeology can be a profitable business, although now I'm not so sure.
I see. When do you wish to begin using the baths?
When the archaeological researches are over, I will be free to complete the restoration. It is the usual process.
Sir Rodney?
What was your relationship with Sir Rodney Bentcliffe?
We were not particularly close. He had an unpleasant temperament, suspicious, authoritarian, unkind. People possessed by genius may be forgiven for their nature, but not by me.
Was he obstructive?
Not at all. Everything he did led us to greater success. He helped us increase the potential of the building.
Der Mord?
Please tell me what happened this morning.
The test that we performed this morning was a success. The steam was working well. Then, of course, that awful murder.
What did you see?
The steam was too thick to see anything. But ask Garrow. He saw the body first.
Ach so.
Had Sir Rodney exhibited any recent strange behavior?
Look, I'm not a suspicious fellow, but I think that he had professional interests elsewhere that he did not wish us to know about.
Why should you think that? Where?
I have no idea. But after all, it was not my business.
Ach so, okay.
How was the work progressing before Sir Rodney's arrival?
Rather slowly, I would say.
Sir Gregory, could you please explain this letter? You expressed the wish to call off the research work at the baths.
It was all about Blinkhorn. He was merrily digging away and taking very little care about it, ruining everything and finding nothing of any value.
But the arrival of Sir Rodney changed your mind?
Sir Rodney's work was extremely promising, and it was good for the bath's publicity. So yes, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Are you aware that Mr. Garrow is under a form of medication?
Garrow? No, but I never liked that parasite.
Do you believe him to be capable of murder?
Well, he did have blood on him. Does that make him a murderer?
Ja, das stimmt wohl. Champagner.
Did you bring a bottle of champagne to the baths?
Absolutely not. Sir Rodney did, I think.
Also, die schieben sich ja alle gegenseitig da in die Schuhe. Aber ich würde jetzt erstmal sagen, den letzten Verdächtigen befragen wir beim nächsten Mal. Bewertet doch mal ruhig den Teil. Und bis dann. Tschüss.